in close prison there are so many tough guys with an image, you know. They are really, really tough guys. And they, I think it's, maybe I was one of them too, I don't know. But it's funny, when you see people get here, you know, from close prison, I can see if they're coming from outside or if they come from close prison. And in the beginning, maybe they bring along this image, this very, yeah, it's not, it's like mafia wannabes. And I think it's really funny to see, because after a while it goes away, and people can breathe, you know, relax, and actually believe that, yeah, that they're still in prison, okay, but it's not necessary to go around and have this image, you know. They can relax. Mm. Well, I've been dealing drugs for more than 20 years, and well, in the beginning it was hashish, and this I live in the southern parts of Norway. And Norway is a very long country, so without crossing any borders, I took this up to the northern parts of Norway, which is like twice as expensive as in Oslo, for instance. Yeah, it's quite brilliant, really. You don't need to cross any borders, and you just sell it in your own country. It's like to do this for so many years, you get quite a lot of paranoid emotions. You feel that yeah, the police are everywhere, and you need something to relax. And then hashish is no good for relaxing. You get even more paranoid. So then I started using pills and other stuff to keep me relaxed. You take away the bad emotions, the bad feelings, but you also take away all the good ones. So you become quite numb as a person emotionally. And well, it's hard to describe yourself as it's like you're an emotionless person. All your functions are concentrated in your head, in your thinking, but you have no feeling in your stomach or anything. So I guess you get quite calculated and well, not a very pleasant person to be with. When I was in close prison, I was always in opposition. I never wanted to do what they told me to do. Even if it was something nice, I didn't want to do it because they told me to. It's like this, more or less like a child, I think. But this was one way to deal with. They take away everything. They take away your right to make decisions. They take away yeah, your right to choose daily stuff, you know. They just take it away. But there's a few things they can't take away. I don't know if it's like this, that they try to break you down and maybe build you up again. I don't know, but it certainly feels like that. They really try to break you down. And if you just refuse to deal with it, then there are consequences. Of course, they put you in a cell for 24 hours a day. But what's the difference? So they told me in the end, when I was in Oslo another time, then, okay, if you're not gonna behave now, we're gonna take away your television. And then I just looked at him and I took out the electricity, you know, and I gave him the television. And then he had nothing else to do, you know. They are like this. They give up. And then that's a small victory. There is some pride in it. You don't need to go with your head in the floor, you know, and be very humble all the time. If you ask me, what did I lose? This is what I would answer myself. But also, of course, I lost all the people around me, all the friends I once had, also my family. I have absolutely no contact with the living remains of my family. I have a son. He's now 17 years. I haven't seen him since he was 5 or 6 years, and that's tough. And this is one of the things I have to chemically remove with drugs, the feelings, the bad conscience, my betrayal for him, you know. I googled my son's name and I found him on Facebook, even with a picture. And his profile was like, well, he's at a, well, call it high school maybe. And actually the same high school I went to, like 25 years ago. So that's something. But it was okay, related to the things I told you about using drugs and taking away the emotions. You don't feel your stomach. I really felt my stomach that day at the library when I just suddenly saw him pop up on the screen. Maybe it's like this. When I couldn't talk like this 3 years ago. I would, first of all, I wouldn't do it with anyone. Second, if I did it, if I was pushed to do it, if somebody tried to figure me out, to understand why, or, you know, I would just close down my emotions and my everything and just ignore the people who asks, you know. Now I can talk about it, and I can also feel what it's doing to me, good or bad. Mostly bad, because I have a lot of bad feelings. What I haven't been for him, or that I haven't been there for him. But at least I can now feel it, and I can stay in those emotions, and I don't need to just run out this door and get some drugs to move to take away these emotions. It's quite okay.
Per Inge, som på den filmen. Jeg har vært leder for en forening som heter Foreningen Hortensfestivalen. Og hatt med meg 8 innsatte til å hjelpe meg med den. Og blant annet Per Inge. Han virket veldig arrogant, veldig nedlatende. Så når jeg stoppet han og spurte om han kunne tenke seg å være med meg i land og hjelpe meg, så sa han ja. Men han lurte på hva slags baktanke jeg hadde med det, fordi betjenter spurte jo ikke innsatt om sånn. Så sa jeg nei, jeg tenkte kanskje du hadde lyst til å komme deg litt ut og høre musikk og hjelpe til å rigge scenen. Så han var med meg 4 dager og hjalp til, og pratet ikke så mye. Jeg merket det på holdningen hans at han var veldig usikker da.
It was a challenge for me in the beginning not to do everything myself, but to include these people around me. And also, I think somehow you need some feedback about your change, that you're changing your ways. You can do it yourself, of course, and you can feel it and think it and know it. I'm changing, I'm doing things differently, but it helps a little bit to get feedback from people that you eventually trust a little bit. If they tell me, I can see you look so much more relieved, you know, not so tight, not so on the edge, like this. And then you hear this and you think, yeah, maybe this is right. So that's nice.
Så blei det til at vi pratet litt sånn frem og tilbake. Vi kunne stoppe når vi treftes ute på plassen og slå av en prat. Og etter hvert så blei jeg også bedt på middag nede på huset der han bodde. Og det tror jeg faktisk jeg var den eneste som blei av han. Det var jo andre på huset som var betjenter nede på middag, men at det var han som kom og ba på middag, det var et stort fremskritt for han. Det var det. Og jeg var jo mye der nede på kvelden og spilte backgammon sammen. Og han kom og fortalte meg rett før han skulle løslates at hva han tenkte når han tenkte på meg, og da ble jeg litt sånn der, hva skal du fortelle nå? Ikke sant? Fordi det er noe med jeg har jo fått høre før da, at innsatte har vært forelsket, sant? Men det er noe med å skille mellom omsorg. Man kan misforstå litt det å bry seg og det å være forelsket, ikke sant? Men han så på meg som en morsfigur, og det var sånn, yes, så bra! Så jeg var ikke så mye eldre enn, men det var godt for meg å vite at han skilte mellom, at han skilte på det.
There are some guards that really helped me in many ways. And the most important thing, they mean it. I can sense it. And not in a foolish, naive kind of way. But there is a nice companionship. You show something else than in close prison, you know, and they see it and they trust you a little bit more, and they show it to you. We trust you a little bit more. They give you more options. They show it. And then it's a nice feeling for you again, or for me. And I choose to trust them back, and I show it a little bit more. And in the end, it's quite nice. It's about respect. And there are some guards here. It's good people.